Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the KC CHIROpulse Podcast, brought to you by CATS Consultants, helping chiropractors keep their pulse on success. I'm Dr. Michael Perusich, and I'm so excited. I have Kristi Hudson from ChiroHealth USA joining me today. And Kristi, how are you?
I am fantastic, and I'm so excited to be here.
We're so glad you could join us today. You know, we recommend you guys and your service to just every single member that we have, every single doctor that we come into contact with, because you guys do such an amazing job and you have such an important role. And I'm excited you came on today because I know you've been super busy traveling all over the country, and thanks for taking the time.
Anytime. It is always such a great pleasure to work with your team and Marissa at CATS Consulting. So I am just, like I said, so excited and honored to be here today.
Well, that's perfect. Thank you so much. So, ChiroHealth USA, commonly known in the industry as CHUSA. Tell us what you guys do.
I am happy to. You know, it's interesting. There's always so much confusion. And I think I have heard every kind of description of what is CHUSA wrong over a decade because it was built with simplicity to make things easier for you in practice. And it's our natural inclination to just question that because it just seems too good to be true.
Right.
And we are a network of providers that make it possible for providers to be able to offer legal and compliant discounts to their patients. We want to be able to make care affordable because, you know, in the last even 11 years that I've been part of chiropractic, much less last 20 or 30 years, there is a huge gap in what is covered by insurance companies for chiropractic care.
And growing increasingly so.
I just talked about that in Miami yesterday.
Yeah.
And which is just mind-blowing. And so a lot of times patients feel that chiropractic is just out of their reach financially.
Right.
I love when people who hear that I work in chiropractic are like, oh, you have to go all the time. I'm like, no, you'll want to go.
You'll want to.
You want to go all the time. So how do we make that care affordable for those patients and still follow the rules and regulations?
Right.
As a consultant, you know, part of your job is trying to educate your clients on what those rules and regulations are. And then you have conflicting rules on the state and federal level. And you're like, okay, well, then what rule do I follow? Because as we always say, it's like you have to choose, do I want to be stabbed or shot? Because there's just no happy medium. And so what ChiroHealth USA does is it's a network contractual agreement that gives you the ability to be able to set your own level of discount. Imagine that. We can decide what we want to get paid so that we can make care affordable for patients who have limited benefits or no benefits for chiropractic care, and then maximize reimbursement from PI, workers' comp, and those handful of insurance companies that still do pay us well without having to undervalue our services to make care affordable for those patients who need it.
Right.
And I think that's like the real beauty of this and the fact that it doesn't cost providers anything to be a part of this network.
Right.
Dr. Foxworth wanted to create something that was easy and affordable for all doctors of chiropractic. And the whole business of CHUSA started because he got in trouble for having a dual fee schedule in his office. He lost a long-term patient in his office. In that process, and she reported him to his board of examiners and the state attorney general's office. And he thought, well, I didn't know that there were these rules and restrictions. Who's going to tell me what I can charge in my practice? Well, apparently lots of people.
Right.
And so he wanted to know what he could do to be able to make care affordable for those patients. And that's when he learned about discount medical plan organizations, which were ironically owned by the very insurance companies that were making his life miserable.
The irony in healthcare.
Exactly. And then he did so he joined one of them, and then he became the victim of silent PPO activity. So basically, every time he saw a patient under that plan, it cost him money to treat them.
Right.
Because everybody got paid the same. And they kept lowering it and lowering it and lowering
Right.
it. And so he was like, well, I'm just going to start one for myself. And he started it in Mississippi for him and his colleagues in Mississippi. And in that first couple of months, maybe a year, it was only available in Mississippi until a national consultant came in and she was teaching the rules and regulations. And they were like, well, not if you use CHUSA. And she's like, what is that? And they introduced him to her after the event.
Oh,
And she
that's
was
awesome.
like, all of my clients need this. Let's take it national.
Absolutely. That's great. And we're so happy that y'all did. Yeah. So let me ask you a couple of questions. I
Okay.
know the answers to these, but I want to hear you talk about this.
Okay.
Okay, here's my first question. Which patients do we put on CHUSA?
All of them.
All of them. Exactly. That's the beauty of this. So often I hear, oh, well, it's only for our cash patients and our Medicare patients can't use it and we can't use it with our insurance patients. But you can. Everybody should be on it.
Everybody should be on it because Medicare patients they're not treated well. When it comes to
No.
chiropractic care, they cover the adjustment, which is a beautiful thing, but
Right.
they need therapies and exams and x-rays, and they don't understand why they have to pay for things in our chiropractic offices that they don't pay in other provider offices.
Right.
So why not make it affordable if they're paying out of pocket? And they're also some of the best patients. I mean, they only don't show up when it's bad weather. And at least that was our case in our practice.
Right.
They were the most, anything we recommended, they would
They're
do.
super loyal patients.
Super loyal patients. And then insurance patients, that's great that people have insurance, but let's be honest. It covers just enough visits to get them out of pain.
Right.
Like, they're not stupid. And, what I always tell people is, when pain ends, healing begins. And there's a reason why your chiropractor recommended 12 to 15 visits and your insurance company only covered those 7.
Right.
So why not make it affordable for them to finish out that care and come out stronger and better than ever? Because when they leave before, when pain ends, they're more likely to re-injure themselves and sometimes even worse.
Yeah. And so CHUSA becomes kind of the backup plan. When the insurance stops, ChiroHealth USA still keeps on going.
It absolutely does.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Okay, so you mentioned earlier that the doctors don't have a fee to be part of ChiroHealth USA, but there's a membership fee. Talk about that.
There is. So part of the business of insurance, even though ChiroHealth USA is not insurance, it is regulated by the Department of Insurance. So patients have to pay to join the network.
Right.
It is $49 a year, but it covers all of their dependents. So even if...
Okay, stop right there. It's only $49 a year. That's $4 a month, and
Yes.
It covers everybody in the household.
Everybody in the household. So if you're John and Kate plus 8 or the Duggars with 18, 19, 20 kids and counting, I don't know where they are. It covers everybody under the age of 25, not married, in your household. And if you have elder parents living in the home that are living with you and they're your dependents, they're covered too. So it covers everybody.
I love this. I love this. This is the greatest thing since sliced and wrapped cheese, in my opinion.
I love it.
Because you can sign every single patient up on day one, and I see the dentists doing things like this all the time. So I know it's doable. In fact, I know it's doable because we did it in our practice all the time. But every new patient that starts, you talk to them about their insurance, but insurance doesn't cover everything. So we have a backup plan, and it's only $49 to get started on it, and it covers your entire family. What a great marketing tool.
It is. It's an incredible marketing tool because we know that in chiropractic offices, a lot of times we are seeing one member of the family.
Right.
And it's not that they don't know that there's a benefit to bringing in their spouse or their children. What they're thinking is can I afford it?
Right.
And we give you a way to make it affordable to treat all of those patients. And let me just tell you how easy it is to talk to your patients about ChiroHealth. True story this week. We have a clinic who had a new employee, and she did not know in the last 90 days, came on board and she was signing up patients for ChiroHealth, and she thought it was $49 a person.
Right.
So we have patients.
I hear that confusion once in a while.
We processed over 100 refunds this week because she was signing up both parents, all the kids, and patients were paying like $100, $200 to become a part of ChiroHealth to get the discount in the office. If it's that easy to talk them into spending $200+ for this to get these discounts, how hard is it to talk them into $49?
Yeah, it's a deal at $49 per person, let alone $49 per family, per household.
Right.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you, like this clinic is signing up everybody in the whole household the last 90 days because they didn't know.
Right.
And we processed all those refunds yesterday, and we're like, we're so sorry. But here you go. And they were so excited because when they called, they were like, we made a mistake. And can y'all refund this money? And we're like, absolutely.
Well, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I liken this to having a membership in a discount club like a Costco. For example, when you have a Costco membership, number one, you can't wait to use it because you're going to go in there and get all those great deals. But what do? You walk out with baskets full of food and products and things. And, if you just go to the grocery store, you buy the 12 roll of paper towels. But if you go to Costco, you buy the 96 pack.
Yes.
And that's kind of what ChiroHealth USA is like. It gets patients using more of your services, and the more of chiropractic services they're using, the more ingrained they become as patients. And those are the patients that become very, very loyal and stay with you forever.
They are, and they're the best referral source because they're going to talk about how chiropractic has impacted their life, how their chiropractor made it affordable, made it easy for them to come in on a regular basis. And that's the thing, your fallout rate is very much diminished because they want to maximize that discount and get the most they can for that $49 investment.
It's a serious retention tool.
It is a serious retention tool.
Yes. You can tell I get excited about talking about it.
I do too. Well, my favorite is, and I tell people all the time, is it's such a great tool too for bringing in new patients, because every practice, like more than half the calls they get all day is, how much does it cost to see the doctor? And because we don't know what happens once a patient and a doctor are in that room for that initial visit. We don't know if they're going to do x-rays. We don't know what kind of an exam. We don't know if they're getting treated or if there's therapy. So it's really hard to quote that price. So we teach our front desk staff to be shady. Like, you tell them anything you can, but that price.
Right.
So we usually give a range, like $200 to $500. It really depends on what the doctor finds necessary and what your insurance will cover. Well, the bottom line is they're calling because they have a problem and they know chiropractic can help. We don't have to sell them on the benefits of chiropractic. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Number two, they already know their insurance situation and what they can afford. So really, bottom line is they want to know, can I afford to go to this chiropractor?
Right. And
with ChiroHealth USA, we set up that cap fee for an initial visit. So now all of a sudden it makes it easier to convert shopper calls into new patients because you're able to give them an answer. Right. And if it falls within their price range, they're not going to just make an appointment. They're going to show up for their appointment.
Yeah. You're spot on with all of that. And I've seen that happen not only in my practice, but in our clients' practices. The ones that are using and imploring and bringing in the benefits of ChiroHealth USA are seeing great results on multiple levels. It's not just about a discount and being compliant with your fees, which you have to be, but it's really about doing the right thing for the patient. And it really helps you promote that right thing, if you will, for the patient.
And I'm so glad that you use that, the right thing, because one of the core values at ChiroHealth USA that we recite every Monday morning is we're doing the right things for the right reasons in the right ways. And that helps to guide every decision that we make. And how does it benefit the doctors we serve, the patients they serve in this profession?
What a fantastic mantra. I want to back up on one other thing that you talked about early on, and that was how the fee structure works. You guys don't set the fee structure. The doctor does. Every individual office sets their own fee structure.
Every individual office, because let's be honest, my first week at ChiroHealth, I was helping two different practices that were right across the street from each other.
Sure.
Their demographics were completely different. One of them was very like sports chiropractic. They were treating a lot of athletes on the college and high school level. The other one was more of a family practice. They had a lot of patients they were treating that were Medicare. Their fee structure was completely different. Their demographics, the services they offered were completely different. So we're not going to tell you that you're only going to get paid XYZ for every single visit, because what's going to work for a doctor in Miami, Florida is not going to work in rural Mississippi or in New York or in Beverly Hills, California. And we have over 5,000 providers in 49 states. So none of their fee structures are the same.
Sure.
So, and it's an interesting thing because it's hard to wrap your mind around as a doctor who's been told their whole career what they're going to get paid, for them to be able, empowered to say, no, this is what I'm going to get paid. And it's hard, but we walk you through the entire process.
Yeah, you guys are great about that. You know, the other myth that I hear sometimes is, well, how do I file claims to ChiroHealth USA and how long does it take to get paid?
Well, that's the beauty of it. There are no claims to file.
Nope.
Whatever the ChiroHealth USA fee is for that service, the patient's going to pay you that day, and you write off the difference just like you would with insurance, but you're getting paid the same day.
Yeah, exactly. So the timeliness of your reimbursement is right now. That's the
Right
beauty of
now.
it. You're not filing claims. You're not doing any of that. So it's not an insurance plan in that sense. And, you know, the other beauty of it is I call it practice insurance because it really does help you stay out of trouble with the OIG, keep your compliance intact. You don't have the dual fee schedule issue. There's no reason in the world not to be a provider with ChiroHealth USA.
There's not. It does help to streamline a lot of things in your office. It helps your patients and improve your patient visit averages. You don't have patients falling out of care. You have shopper calls turning into new patients. It also, one of the things is when we start that whole process in setting your fees, we do a fee evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
80% of the providers that we work with don't even charge what like PI or workers' comp allows in their state. They're significantly less.
Right.
So if you think about it this way, it's like a 9940, let's just say in Fantasyland town, it's workers' comp reimburses $100, but everybody is charging 60. So they just pay you 60. So it's $40 you're not getting paid. So they're not charging the market value.
Right.
Because we've kept our fees low to make care affordable, and you no longer have to do that. And
Right.
that's part of the challenge that we're facing on a national level, on the state level, with diminishing reimbursements. Because why should an insurance company pay us more or reimburse us more when we're so willing to pay ourselves less?
Right.
And
We
so
have to
it's
get out of
helping.
the poverty complex mindset.
Oh, yes, we do. And we got to bridge that gap. We got to bring it closer together because we argue this. Your associations are arguing this every single day, but it's hard when we don't have people charging market value.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Kristi, I'm so glad you came on the show today to talk about this. What you guys do is just a wonderful thing. So anything else to add?
Well, I just want to say that there is no cost to be a part of the network. You know, that $49 is paid by the patient, not by the doctor, to be a part of the network. But a percentage of every patient membership around the country goes back to support the chiropractic profession, and has been from day one. From on the state and national level, chiropractic research. We started a chiropractic scholarship 5 years ago to help make chiropractic school more affordable and attractive to more students. And, you know, every day we're looking at ways how we can give back to this profession and support, again, those doctors in this profession in every step of the way. So I want to say to all of the providers with CATS Consulting who are using ChiroHealth USA, thank you so much, because in using us in your office, every one of those patient memberships is coming back to your associations, it's coming back to the national level, it's supporting scholarships and research. And without you, we wouldn't be able to do that.
And we love companies that give back. We do the same. So, and in fact, I was recently a reference, which was a wonderful thing for a student who was applying for one of your scholarships. So,
oh, that's exciting. We had over 360.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Student applications. And in fact, we'll be announcing the winner at SCA National this year, like we do every year. And I'm super excited. I'll be notifying the student. We just finished the evaluation, second round. The finalists will go to the Foxworth family. Not Dr. Foxworth, but his father and his daughter will go through those finalist applications, and then two of them will make a selection and notify me, and we'll be notifying the student in mid-July.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, how does everybody get in contact with you guys?
That is super easy. There's multiple ways. You can visit our website at ChiroHealthUSA.com. You can click on live chat. If you like to talk to people on the phone, trust me, We love to talk on the phone. So it is 888-719-9990. If you are an email person, it's info@ChiroHealthUSA.com. So whatever your preference, we are here and ready to talk to you and help you and answer your questions.
And everybody, their team there is amazing. So I suggest picking up the phone because they're fun to talk to. So.
We are fun. We have an amazing team. They all sound just like me. It's the Southern accent, and we're always happy to help. I was training a new employee earlier today, and I was like, you're going to go through this training about how to answer on the phone, but people call us all the time about all kinds of stuff chiropractic related. It has nothing to do with discounts and stuff, but again, we're happy to help, and we're so excited to have partners like CATS Consulting that we can refer people to when it's way outside of our area.
We appreciate that too. So Kristi Hudson with ChiroHealth USA, thank you so much for being on the show today, and I'll look forward to seeing you at the Florida convention pretty soon.
I can't wait.
It'll be fun. So thanks everybody for tuning in to the KC CHIROpulse podcast brought to you by CATS Consultants. Check us out at catsconsultants.com. And remember, from all of us here at CATS Consultants, stay informed and well adjusted. We'll talk to you next time.